Hello and welcome to my first video here on YouTube. I'm hoping this channel can be helpful for dancers of all ages and all levels and all abilities to strengthen their bodies in ways that are not traditionally seen. Today I will be focusing on foot and ankle strength using a resistance band, flat band, TheraBand, whatever you want to call it. Okay, there's lots of different names, lots of different brands, super easy to find, super helpful in your strengthening routine. Today I am using a light band. Not sure what the brand is, either Walmart or Target, not sure. Because I am also strengthening my body as we do this. I'm trying to get back to my strongest that I was in high school when I was peak dancer, 20 hours a week, killing point shoes in 2 hours or less. So I will start with some of these flat band exercises. To start out, I recommend taking a moment, sitting where you are in a calm space, taking a few deep breaths, finding your core, finding your seated L position with your back fully straight, core fully in, not letting your ribs pop out, not letting yourself fall backwards. I understand not everybody is comfortable in a full L position. If you can't properly sit up straight with your core in this way because of tightness in whatever place, you may tuck in one leg. This just helps open up your hips. Not sure exactly how it works, but it does. Helps you sit up a little bit more. Just again, be careful. Don't let those ribs pop out. Don't sit back too far. You want to be right on those two bones, your sit bones, okay? Because you sit on them. Just sit on those sit bones. Make sure you're lifted up, core is in, and you're elongating out those legs, whether you are having the one leg out to the side or both legs out in front of you. To start, in whatever position you're in, I will be in a seated L position today. You are going to take your TheraBand or flat band of whatever strength you have. You're going to take it about in the middle, going to place your foot about halfway through. You want your toes to be covered just slightly. You don't want your toes to be popping over the top of it, okay? So we're gonna start with our core in, seated up, super tall, lifting out from the top of our head, lifting from the tops of the ears, thinking super duper long, okay? From there, my left leg is currently relaxed as possible, really not having any tension in any part of it. I'm not working with my left leg currently, working with my right leg. So from here, we're gonna do 10 demi-point stretches. You want to pull your TheraBand so that it has resistance the whole time. So from just sitting here in a flex position, I already have resistance. I'm gonna start pressing with the ball of my foot all the way down and all the way back up. We're gonna do this 10 times. You're thinking about the ball of your foot, the joint of your big toe and the joint of your pinky toe in the ball of your foot, pressing down evenly. We're not angling our foot one way or the other. We're not sickling our foot or winging our foot. We're going straight down that line of your foot. These can be done really at any speed, but I recommend slower as a way to properly think about every little movement that is happening in your leg. Now, if you have hyperextended knees, my knees don't really hyperextend, but when you're sitting in this position, tighten your knee, flex your knee, and your knee bends backwards, and your ankle or your heel comes off the floor. I want you to do 10 with your knee tense and 10 with your knee fully relaxed. That targets different muscles and different stabilizers in your knee. After we have done our 10 demi-point presses, we are going to do one more and hold that position. From there, we are going to fan out our toes and point and bring our toes back to that demi. Here, you're trying to not crunch those toes. You're not just bending them, okay? You want to think about elongating and pressing those toes down all evenly. I have to think a lot about my pinky toe because I forget my pinky toe is there. It's so teeny tiny. But you want to just slowly press all the way down and keep your toes long the whole time. If you find that your toes are scrunching or your flat band is moving to where your toes point out, go ahead and just relax, reposition, fix it, and go back. What's important here is the TheraBand is in the right place and you're thinking about every little movement happening in your foot and your ankle. After we do our demi to full point presses, we are going to do a slow version or a little bit faster version of that, but still a slow version of our next step. So we are going to start in our flex. We will demi, point, demi, flex. Through this whole movement, you're thinking about having resistance on your foot through the flat band and thinking about elongating every single one of your toes and fanning them out. Give your toes the space that they need to be able to feel the floor that will eventually be under them. And again, we are doing 10 of these for each. If you feel like there's a burning sensation coming up from your shin, means you're doing it right. Obviously, if there is any pain or discomfort that you cannot handle, please stop. Do not injure yourself. These are very low impact stretches and strengthenings that pretty much everybody can do. Last thing we are doing on our right leg here is we are going to do a full jump. So what that's going to look like is you're going to start in your flex position with some resistance on your band, and you're going to go through demi, full point, and back as if you were jumping off the floor. So you're going to press and roll back, press and roll back. So this is simulating you jumping off the floor and rolling through every little bit of your foot. Basically, this is telling your foot, this is how we jump. Straight and pointed and strong. Now that we have finished that right leg, we are going to move on to the left leg. Same thing, 10 of each. We're going to do the demis, the demi to points, the slow demi point, demi flex, and then the jumps. Do 10 of those on each side. Feel free to pause this video if needed. The next thing we will be working on today with our feet and ankles is pronation and supination. So the difference between pronation and supination is whether you're going in or out with your feet. So if these were my feet, if I was pronating, I would be winging my foot, okay? If you see professional dancers with a beautiful arabesque and their toes pointing backwards a little bit and like their pinky toes going out, that's a wing. Some people believe it's very beautiful as a dancer, but it can also be very detrimental if you don't have the strength to support that wing. On the other hand, supination is when your foot goes in. So if your big toes are trying to come together, that's called supination or sickling your feet. Now this is not a pretty line ever. It cuts off the line. It makes it look weird. It makes it sometimes look like your ankle's broken when you're dancing. It's just not a good look. So what we're going to do is we're going to do some strengthening exercises to make sure the stabilizers on either side of our feet and ankles are able to support our foot correctly in that stable, solid position, right down the middle. For this exercise, we will be in our L-sit position. We're going to take our flat band and wrap it around our foot just like we did before, getting those toes right in the middle. This time you're going to take your left foot and you're going to step it over to make the flat band tight and give resistance to that right foot that is currently wrapped up. This first exercise, we're going to be thinking about rotating from the hip. So it's not just the ankle going out, it's going to be the whole leg. So you want to think about taking your knee and rotating it up from the sky and out to the outside. With this exercise, you want to really think about engaging those hamstrings and your rotators that are along the side. You're going to start feeling it burn all right up here in your quad. I don't want you to be tensing the quad too much, because when we tense the quad, it puts extra pressure on our hips when we are standing and lifting our legs. So in order to combat that, just think about relaxing right above your knee here. Don't tense your kneecap. If you have hyperextended legs at this point, keep your heel on the ground. Don't tense that knee all the way. And just think of rotating that leg. For me, I have to think about extending down the back of my leg, down the back of my knee, in order to keep my knee straight and keep it from tensing in my quad. So lots of little things to think about. Again, just like the first exercises, we will be doing 10 of these. As I'm demonstrating, I'm not really counting, so if I'm doing more than 10, go me. I'm just kind of going till I feel like I have enough. From here, now that we have a significant burn in our upper leg, we're going to point that toe and we're going to get a lovely burn in our lower leg. So this one, when we point our toe, we are going to make a J shape. So you're going to push out with the side of your foot. Okay, think about taking that bone and pushing it out, and it naturally is going to go up a little bit. Okay, so you just want to think of pressing out and out and out. Keeping tension on it the whole time, so even in our resting position, we have a little bit of tension. Your foot might even be pulled slightly into a cycled position to start, and then pull it out to a wing. That is okay. That gets the full range of motion of the little stabilizers and tendons and all the little goodies in your feet and ankles. And the first exercise for our pronation movement, we were thinking about moving the whole leg, rotating the whole leg from the hip. This one is just a movement of the ankle. So the knee will be facing the ceiling the whole time. Now that we have the outside of our legs sufficiently warm, we are going to take the same position with our flat band on our foot. We're going to cross over our left foot to where we have full tension. Okay? From here, we are going to take the inner part of our foot, that knuckle kind of right below that big toe, and you're going to press that in. So this one is less about the whole leg. Can't really rotate your whole leg inwards too much. This one is mostly just about the ankle. Again, we will be doing 10 of these or until it burns. From there, we will point our toe, and your flat band may pull your foot out to a winged supination position. That is a-okay, gets us that full range of motion. And again, you're going to push that knuckle over towards the inside, making a slight J motion with your toes. Once we have finished with that right foot, we're going to switch over to the left foot and do the same thing, 10 of each. Placing that foot in the middle of our flat band, stepping over it with the right foot, making sure there is tension at the beginning, and we'll be rotating the left leg fully from the hip. Ooh, maybe. As you do this, remember that everybody's level is different. Everybody is at a different point in their strength and workout journey. So if you can't fully rotate your leg, that's a-okay. As long as you're feeling the resistance and the muscle usage burning, you're okay. If you start to get pain, please stop and rest and try the next thing. It just might be too intense for you still. After we do our flexed full rotation of the leg on the left foot, we are going to point that toe, keeping tension on our flat band and doing our J motions out for our pronation. After our pronation exercises, we will be doing our supination exercises. So we're going to take that right foot, step it over the left leg, press into that flat band, making sure toesies are covered. Flex that foot, and we're going to press in with that knuckle of the big toe. Thinking about controlling that foot the entire time, not letting that TheraBand snap it back into place. You want to have full control of your foot the whole time through this. From there, point that toe, and then we're going to do our J motion in. Now that we have finished our foot and ankle strengthening for the day, we have finished our pronation, supination, and elevates with our flat band. I hope you enjoyed, and I hope you come back for another video. Thank you.